welcome to the Vox Christi podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things Catholic faith, all things youth, and it's brought to you by the youth of Our Lady of Victory Catholic Church, Maya. And with me here in the studio, I have very beautiful ladies who will be co-hosting with me. I have here,
Juliet Mbatobi. Blessing Okachukwu.
I also have our very distinguished guest speakers who you would learn about shortly. So with me in the studio, I have pharmacist Aboma. She is a seven-star pharmacist, a two-time Merit Award winner of the PSN River State in 2011 and 2014. She is a fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. She got her bachelor's in pharmacy from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and her MSc in pharmacology from the University of Port Harcourt, and she's currently working to acquire a PhD from the same institution. Please make welcome pharmacist Aboma.
Thank you so much. I'm
Madam
honored
Man.
to be here.
We also have Mrs. Angela Onomebu. She is a business tycoon in the food industry, a passionate educationist, and a dedicated activist. She has a master's in business administration from the University of France. Through her foundation, the Pius Paul Foundation, she supports homeless and differently abled children, cares for inmates and indigents, and uplifts women through mentorship. She is a true change maker. She's committed to impact, empowerment, and transformation. Hello, Mrs. Angela.
How are you? I'm happy
Very
to
well,
be
thank
here
you.
too. Thank you.
Also with me here in the studio is High Chief Veronica Ajibon. She was the first female vice chairman of the parish council in Port Harcourt Diocese. She's also the director and proprietor of Dick and Alice International Group of Schools and a trained teacher with over 35 years of working experience.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, and finally, the last but definitely not the least, with me here in the studio is Mrs. Josephine Udo. Mrs. Josephine is a very dedicated and passionate nurse and midwife who has worked in many hospitals under the Ministry of Health. She holds a diploma certificate in pediatrics nursing from the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital and a certificate in occupational health from Oyo State College of Advanced Nursing Science, Nursing Studies. She's happily married and she is blessed with three lovely children. Hi, Mrs. Josephine.
Thank you for having me this afternoon.
And I am Joy Wimu. I'm also a co-host for today. I'll be moderating today's discussion. Remember that the Vox Christi podcast is brought to you by the Sion, the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, under Our Lady of Victory Catholic Church, Maya Parish. This year's theme of the Mother's Day celebration is a very interesting one, which talks about a hopeful mother who walks and works in faith. So, Pharmacist Aboma, I would like you to share from your wealth of experience in faithful and hopeful walking and working as a mother. Can you tell us or shed more light on this theme?
So very much. Like I said, um, the theme for this year's Mother's Day is taken from the Jubilee of Faith. And we know that faith is that belief in things that are not yet seen. So a hopeful mother works with God because she's a co-creator, brings forth generations, nations, children who will make impact in society and their generation. And in the working with God, that is the WALK, work in faith by training your children in the way, bringing them up in the way of the Lord. And if the home is the primary church, it is what you teach the children that they use to impact society. So in such a way that we will not have children who will change their gender midway, or begin to take different identities and have different pronouns to contend with. They, us, instead of he or she. And that work in faith will determine how much your children will do. And then, like I said, the generation of children we have do not listen to what you say, they do what you do. So they watch you. So your attitude as a woman of faith, the path you walk will depend on will determine what your children will do and the impact they'll make in the society. Thank you.
This question is directed to Mrs. Angela. Okay, so this year's theme presents a hopeful mother as one who journeys in service with faith intact. Can you please give us more insights on how hope sustained you as a mother on your journey and even in service with faith intact?
Thank you very much. I'm already reaping bountifully from this year of hope, Jubilee of Hope as a mother. And as a mother, our lives is an embodiment of hope, faith, as co-creators with God. As a mother, you cannot survive in this harsh world without hope, faith in God, believing that His promises towards your life, towards your family, towards your children will come to pass. And when we talk about hope and faith in the journey of motherhood, faith and hope are intertwined. But one is very emotional. Hope is emotional because it keeps you hoping. It keeps you going. It's a sustainer. It sustains you in the journey, believing that no matter what happens, no, even if the mountain falls into the sea, that your hope towards your children, your hope towards your children, whatever they will turn out to be in life, that they will be that which you have hoped for. A mother lives strongly on hope. Then faith is the evidence of that which not seen, something you have not seen, but you believe that it will happen. So while hope is sustaining you as a mother, faith brings that belief to reality. It turns that dream to reality through your trust in God, that His plan for your life, for your children, will surely come to pass. And no matter the challenges you face, it is the faith that sustains you. It makes you resilient in that journey. You hold on, you keep raising your children, you keep praying for them. As a mother, it is your responsibility to nurture. God has made us co-creators, and in co-creating with God, we raise children from dust, from ashes to maturity. You raise them from nothing to something. From cradle, you begin to mold them and remold them to become responsible men and women in the society. So you find out that beginning from home, a mother, it is not the house that is a domestic church. It is the home. The home is the domestic church where a child is raised. And who raises those children? The mother. That's our responsibility. We sacrifice. We love. We give our lives to bring another to birth. That's the faith we have in our God, that He will sustain us and our children. And in raising them, we put in all we have. Using ourselves as role model, we have to change ourselves from one form to another. We work towards making ourselves better so that our children will look at us and imbibe those good qualities, those values that they see in us. They will imbibe them and become better than we are. The Bible says the glory of the latter shall be greater than the former. So it has always been the prayer of a mother that her children will be greater than her, will be better than her. That's the faith, that's the hope of every Catholic mother. And that is what keeps us, sustains us in our faith. And we don't let go in the face of calamity. We don't let go in the face of challenges. We don't let go in the face of difficulties. We believe that it can only get better. So in this year's Jubilee of Hope, it is my joy to be here and to equally encourage my fellow mothers, sisters, and the upcoming mothers like you
Yeah, absolutely.
to keep that hope burning, to keep the fire of your hope burning. Don't let it go. It will sustain you in your journey of life. It will keep you through and make you resilient. And at the end of the day, you will become a winner in all ramifications. Never say never. You do not stand to lose in any way. Nothing broken, nothing missing.
Not at
Thank
all.
you so very much.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Mrs. Angela, for your beautiful words. I feel like I'm already ready to be a mother just by listening to you. Wow, that was indeed beautiful. Now I know that as a mother, I would definitely have to mix hope and faith. So, still on the topic, I would have to introduce my co host to ask the next question.
All right, thank you very much, Lesson. The next question goes to Double High Chief Veronica.
Thank you.
It's said that a hopeful mother who has faith and who walks in faith is rewarded with a happy life. The reward, is it talking about the heavenly reward, the earthly reward? What's your take on this?
It's my with the young generation. The Jubilee Year of Hope, Faith, and the Women's Week running. They chose the topic, works and work with faith, and you will be rewarded. My co-mothers, they've talked so much about this, but the young minds we ask, is there an expected hope? Is there a reward? Yes, from our faith as a Catholic mother, as a Catholic woman, as a woman of faith that we are expected to be, all things work for us if we have faith. Now, the idiom of works and work. Your work is your discipline. What is your occupation? What are those things? What are your social standing? What are your finances? What are the things that you put together that brings this hope for you? And then you find out that at the end of the day, the contemporary issues are so many. The finances, they are low. A mother, now you hear young mothers say, 2 children enough. In our own time, you find out a mother we are boasting to have 7. Some of us went ahead to have 5. And then the challenges are there. How do I cope? You have to go to work. Like we say, the mother is a roadmap to life. So where God has not given you a map, your mother stands there as your map. And then that hope, the finances, the finance is the main thing now. You have to pay rent, you have to pay for fees, you have to pay transport, the children will eat. And then your social obligations are there. Even as women, the CWO women, they are there. They will call you, they give you award, they expect something in return. So even when we started, the CWO uniform was how much? Now it has gone up. When you call them now, they think about transport. You find out that even the transportation is high. So what is that thing that keeps the woman on? Is her faith. And then having that faith, she will say, oh, at the end of the day, don't forget the man. We shouldn't forget the man. It's this faith, that hope. Then when you look at the back, you look to your left, you look to your right. Oh, my husband is there, my children are there. At the end of the day, you sleep and then you start planning. You plan. How am I going to make things work? That hope, that faith push you on. Is the drive. It's like you enter your car and then you think about the fuel, the generator. It all needs crying for finances. That hope as a Christian mother, a Catholic mother, the Catholic faith keeps you on. And then when you sleep, you say, Lord, I thank you. And then when you wake up, like the song of our Mother Mary, you say, Lord, I have faith in you. My soul magnifies the Lord. My spirit rejoices in God, my Savior. And that thing keeps you on. You wake up the next day and the race begin again. You don't let it go. Like some will say, the cane you use in whipping the poverty, never put it down. Always hold it. So let that be your hope. Let that be your faith. And we encourage all women, all mothers, especially the young generation, the Gen Zs who live in a cartoon world and know that everything is possible. So if you are in that same cartoon world, that spirit of a child, know that all things are possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hi Chief Veronica. Listening to you actually developed goosebumps, and I could actually relate when you said back then in your time you guys had 7, 8, and my grandmom actually had 14 children, so I can actually understand you. Thank you so very much. At least we've been able to understand that as we upcoming mothers, we don't have to look at the material rewards we actually get as being mothers. Thank you so very much. So I'll hand over to my co-host Joy to continue.
Thank you so much, my co-host, for anchoring that session. Now, we've had such an enriching conversation so far, and as we have heard from our guest, distinguished guest speakers, faithful mothers will not always see the immediate results, but the result of their faithfulness, it builds a legacy of joy and fulfillment, walking in peace and faith. And that brings me to the question that I'll be throwing at Mrs. Josephine. Mrs. Josephine, as a nurse and a midwife, you played a key role in nurturing both mothers and children. Now, I'd like to know from your perspective, what advice would you give to young people, what advice would you give to young women, and especially potential mothers, on the need to accelerate action with respect to this year's theme, a hopeful mother walks and works in faith.
Thank you so much for that question. We've been talking on faith and hope. So, what I know about faith is that it's a very strong desire, or you have confidence in something, that you are having a great expectation or an outcome with a mental attitude that this thing can be achieved no matter what it takes. You still look forward for a better future, even in the face of challenges. So, as a mother, I'll advise the young women, the potential mothers, to remain focused on that foundation that was laid down by your parents, by some good women. We are talking about role models. You've seen some women either in the church, in the society, that you would like to emulate. So look onto those people as potential mothers. I'm talking to you, the new generation now. So remember to practice good attitudes, gratitude, practicing the habit of regular prayer life. This one will lead you in good connection with God. Try to refrain from negative attitudes and then develop a healthy habit by relating to good people that will mentor you in this journey of faith. The journey of faith has no destination. I say that. It has no, we keep on walking, we keep on going, we keep on believing, keep on trusting, keep on having that faith. As our mother Mary was a young woman, the angel came and gave a word. Mary willingly accepted to become the mother of our Lord Jesus Christ without understanding. He didn't ask so many questions. He accepted, and that makes her to be our role model, a symbol of hope for humanity, a symbol of hope for women, a symbol of hope for the young mothers. He was a young girl. He was a young woman like us, like you. So you look unto her. You look unto people like Esther. Esther was a young person. He took the risk of standing for the right, standing, taking the risk that even though you take my life, I don't mind. I will stand for my people. I will stand for my people. So I am encouraging the young ones to be bold. If any assignment given to you or any role that you have to play in the church, don't look back. Take it. Take it boldly. Enter motherhood. It's a call. Motherhood is a call. It's a sacred call. That's why some people that don't ready to enter into motherhood, they will run one leg. After 2 months, you hear, I can't manage that man. It's not my time. I cannot stay. Do you know the one your mother have been passing through? It's not rosy all through. It is twists and turns. Twists and turns. But we keep on pushing. So as young mother, don't be afraid to go into motherhood. Approach it with respect. Be willing to learn, be willing to grow. When you do all this, surround yourself with good people that will give you good advice so that you can make an informed decision. Don't just jump into something that you will not like at last. That's why you need a role model. Don't forget your family. Don't forget your good friends. Don't forget your spiritual directors. All of us, we have mentors in the church. You have somebody that you look at. That woman, I like Mommy Veronica. What make her to be like this? I would like to imitate her. I like Sister Mama. What make her to be a role model? You talk to good women. We have to see how them the saints are there. We look at them, their life. Say, Anna has a strong faith in God. That this man has been mocking me because they say I'm barren. But God has the final answer when Anna was blessed. So, like the case of Hagar, Hagar was tormented. He went into the wilderness and was crying. So, at that difficult moment, God showed himself up, say, I am there for you. That is the faith, that is the hope. You keep on hoping. You hope in God. No matter what it is, you have that strong belief that at last you will get it. You will be a good mother. You will be a good mother for your children. You will be a good wife. So don't run away when men come say, I don't want to go into this thing now. I'm still too young. The thing is full of sacrifice. CW, Pepe is everywhere. They are going for too many meetings. So for that reason, I may not be able, I'm not willing now. Be prepared, be willing, and learn and grow. So keep on believing, keep on hoping. At the end, God will never abandon you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Josephine. There's something that has stood out to me so far in this conversation is that women are nurturers, women are caregivers, and women are co-creators with the Lord. And Mrs. Josephine, your advice stood out to me as a call to action to young women out there, to anyone listening, to stay strong, to trust the process, and to never lose sight in their path and in their faith. And likewise, all of our esteemed guest speakers here today are beautiful mothers. They've shared powerful insights on how faith and hope shapes a mother's journey, especially in strengthening her service and love. And listening to pharmacist Aboma's reflection on what it means to have faith-driven motherhood, we also heard from Mrs. Angela on her inspiring perspective, talking about hope and faith, especially as it pertains to mothers and women in general. We also listened to our High Chief Veronica's thoughts on the rewards of faith, and finally, Mrs. Josephine's advice to our future mothers, to youth out there, to young women. And in all, we're being reminded that a mother's faith, a woman's faith, a person's faith, and of course, a youth's faith is their greatest strength. And as we celebrate our mothers, let us carry these lessons forward as we celebrate the youth as well. As we celebrate ourselves as individuals, let us remember that walking and working in faith and knowing that hope will always carry us through. So thank you so much for sticking with us up until this time. Thank you for joining us on the Vox Christi podcast brought to you by Our Lady of Victory Catholic Church, Umodomaya Youth. Until next time, let us stay hopeful and let us stay faithful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.